At number 4 for my waiver wire pickup of the week, we got to talk about the Chiefs backfield because it went from a 3-headed disgusting nightmare to only 2 mouths, and that is enormous. Anytime you can get a piece of a Pat Mahomes offense, whether it's the backfield or a pass catching option, you want to take it. And at the top of that for me is Isiah Pacheco. Only 25% roster, and I think he's worth about 20% fab, maybe even 25% if you're running back needy. 16 carries. Saw 82 yards on that. Some really nice runs. He's definitely had a few plays where it's like, does he got the vision? Like, you see these cutback lanes. I thought this was his best performance as a pro, though. It seemed like he was hitting the hole much harder, much clearer vision in this one. And they have a dynamite schedule for running backs, 5th easiest over the rest of the season. Fantasy playoffs, the 2nd easiest schedule for running backs. And that's huge because if they're bleeding out the clock, that's where Pacheco does his damage. Edwards-Helaire has definitely been seeing a decrease in snaps. This was a season low for him. Ultimately, he played, 16% of the snaps, saw 0 touches, 2 targets, didn't catch either of them. So definitely became a McKinnon Pacheco-led backfield. Seems like the CEH experiment has ended here in Kansas City. So I definitely could see Pacheco being a big factor in this team. Again, with an easy schedule, bleeding the clock late, has that big body. The thing is we saw CEH get all of his snaps in the red zone. If that does continue to happen, it does cap the ceiling for Pacheco, but that's kind of the last feather. If he ends up taking over that role too, the red zone snaps, this guy could go to the moon. So we haven't seen that blow up yet. After 3 straight starts, though, continuing the climb, I think 16 carries is illuminating. This guy has some real breakout potential. The athleticism comparison, Damian Williams, we saw how he did in this offense. So I am a big fan here of Pacheco in his stretch run upside. I did want to mention Jerick McKinnon, who has routinely led this team in snaps. Why don't we want the guy that's on the field the most, the guy catching the most balls? He did have 8 targets, 6 catches, 56 yards through the air from Mahomes. Certainly a viable play. There's a ceiling is just feels pretty damn capped with McKinnon. He has not had a single double-digit fantasy point performance on the year. He's had plenty of 8.8, 7.4, 8.2, like nice, serviceable, okay numbers. But to me, the ceiling is just so capped despite him being the snap leader. He's just not all that talented at this point. He's safe, he's viable, but he's a floor stab. If you're desperate for like a 8-point flex guy, he has that potential. But to me, Pacheco is by far the higher upside option here that maybe even takes over that role as a nice pass catcher himself. So definitely on the upswing. What is up, you fantasy wolf? Thanks so much for tuning in. If you haven't already, share your thoughts in the comments, check out some more videos, and join the newest Wolfpack by subscribing below.